then I'll explain a bit more
Okay.
because it is good fun, and I don't know if you noticed, I've got a bit of huskiness in my voice because I was shouting that much at the Speedway
Yeah, I
last night.
noticed it's kind of lost a little bit. You might need a
Yeah,
you might need a megaphone, maybe.
don't worry. I've got here. I've got
Oh, okay.
Coca-Cola,
Oh,
but it's with Southern Comfort.
I'm just running A&W, just original.
Yeah,
Okay.
Eunice was incredibly impressed when we went to Wisconsin for the rally back in 2019,
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
we went to the Senec station in Michigan,
yeah, yeah.
and they had I think it was something like a 1.5 liter bottle of Southern Comfort for about
Oh,
$18. For about
yeah.
$18.
That was cheap for you guys.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about Wisconsin, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
the alcohol in Wisconsin is about the cheapest anywhere, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
And it really is good stuff you get there. But anyway, as I was saying, I've got a bit of a sore throat. I was at the Speedway last night shouting, and Pete, you asked me what sort of speeds they get up to because two of
Yeah,
our
yeah.
two of our riders were injured in the very first race
Oh my God. I hope they're
against
okay.
Glasgow. Well, they're okay, nothing broken, but it was against Glasgow Tigers, and the Tigers ended up winning the meeting. So, and they'd already won the home leg of the meeting at Glasgow the night before, so they progressed to the next round. But yeah,
Okay.
Berwick track is the fastest in the country. It goes outside of the Berwick Rangers football pitch. So this track is outside of the football pitch. It's a
Okay.
big, huge oval, and it's on a slope. So
Okay.
one end, the third and fourth bends are banked. As in your American
Okay.
car speedway.
Yeah.
But I mean these bikes are 500 cc's.
Wow.
Okay, so they're not that big engines, but they only have one gear.
Okay.
They have no gearbox. They are clutch start. They don't have brakes.
They don't have brakes. How do they
Nope.
stop? How do they
And
stop?
when you think about it, engine braking, because they've only got the one gear for acceleration, they can go
Okay.
from 0 to 60 in
Oh,
2.5 seconds. So
okay.
they get a lot of engine braking as well. But yes, going around Shearfield Park, they once brought the police with their radar to clock and see what speeds they were doing, and along the straights they were doing 70 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's about a 380-meter track, and they do 4 laps
Okay.
in just over a minute. It takes them a minute to do 4 laps. It is spectacular. I kid you not. It is one of the greatest sports I've ever seen
And
for
how many
spectacle.
how many cars are racing on the track at a
But
time?
as I say, it's not cars; it's motorbikes.
Or motors? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Well,
four
I
of them.
think a track. I think of cars right away. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay.
And I was going to ask you. I mean, speedway, and particularly what do you call it? The banger racing. I remember watching Making a Murderer, and we see one or two photographs of Steve and other guys at that the car racing.
Yeah.
That's quite popular over there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And would that be particularly having a salvage yard? They would be particularly into these, sort of banger racing. What do they call it when they race? The cars that can bash into one another and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, you mean, yeah, they got it at the carnivals and that. We call that, what the heck is that now? Yeah, where they can smash it up, demo derby.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You go until your car can't go anymore.
yeah,
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 that's a demo derby. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Those are fun to watch.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
as I say, I'm sure it's something that the particularly being involved in the auto salvage trade, that would be something that would be very interesting for them to watch. You know.
Yeah.
All right, T1 says figure 8 racing. Yes, I think I've seen that. That is pretty spectacular, isn't it? When they go in an 8.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
They do it with school buses. Hopefully, hopefully with not too many kids on board the bus.
Yeah, I'm sure they get thrown around.
Yeah, they would do, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I'm sure they get thrown around.
So anyway, very belatedly, and I do apologise. Congratulations on your 45th birthday that was recently achieved.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, you got that wrong. I'm 29 again.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, you should have seen. You should see all the gifts I got. I got some from Brendan and some other people. And I added to my wall a little bit more. I got good friends, Stacy. I call her Trevino and Rudy, and they're from Flagstaff, Arizona.
Right.
So I added a little bit more scenery to my.
Oh yes, I see that Flagstaff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Becca sent me some chocolate from Uranus.
Oh
I got a little sign right there, Uranus.
Yeah.
In the background, so yeah, if you take a look, I got some stuff from Brendan and Stacy. I got some birds and
wow,
and then Stacy sent me this and then I got to show you one more thing, a clock.
Yeah,
a clock from Brendan.
Wow.
I just got everything stuck aside here, so I didn't have to go in the other room and get it.
Yeah.
So I got a shelf right here, and then. Yeah, this is a clock that I didn't even take it out of the package yet.
Wow, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. So I got a bunch of things here just sitting here, and then I got a little letter from Brendan too, if you want to kind of zoom in on it. Yeah.
Well, is there stuff of that you would like to read out for us?
Oh, it just says happy birthday. This is a birthday. I hope to see you soon around your birthday so we can hug each other, maybe play some cards, but they don't allow cards there because they're still bouncing back from the COVID.
Yeah.
But you can hug. I love you. Can't wait to see you soon. And I've been there since they opened it up. If it wasn't for the coming home from camping today, it would have been 3 times I'd be seeing them already.
Yeah. Tell us about your. You've obviously had a most enjoyable birthday.
Oh yeah. We went to La Carreta, Mexico restaurant. I had to.
I
had a hat on, sombrero. Yeah, for some reason my wife took the pic and I had a little video and something happened to it, but I got to wear one of them sombrero hats and. Yeah, the food there is awesome. Hey, yeah.
You like Mexican food, do you?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, for me, I know about like chili con carne, and we have. We don't have like Mexican restaurants, but we do have certain Mexican food that we have, like the tortilla chips and tortilla wraps. You know, you put stuff in a tortilla and that's very tasty. But I'm trying to give. Actually, I tell a lie. I'm sure there is a Mexican restaurant, or there was a Mexican restaurant up in Edinburgh that I've been to once before. But yeah, very nice stuff. And so you were saying that you've also been off camping, and that's the reason why you didn't get the chance to.
We left Friday night, and we left. Or what was it? We got there Friday night. You can check in after 3, and then we left this morning at 9:00. So.
Wow, yeah, it looks like really nice log cabins that you were in.
Yeah. You seen some pictures I posted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those are really nice. The beds aren't that comfortable. They're aching all over, but you know how that goes, you know. Yeah.
Every time you post something on Facebook, I get a notification.
Oh yeah. Normally, all my friends do get one. So.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And 9
I
times
think
out of 10, if I put something under, it's good. It's not going to be gibberish,
I don't think it's ever gibberish, but
No, no.
we're allowed a little bit of tomfoolery every now
Oh,
and then.
yeah.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
yeah. I went to the last Monday. I went to the British Legion here in Galashiels for a couple of drinks with the with a couple of gentlemen that I know very well, and I took Jock with me. And the barman said, "Well, I'm really sorry, but you're not allowed dogs in here, and they've not got an outside area." So I had to leave. I had to leave and go to a different pub, the Glue Pot in Gala, have a couple of drinks there, and then just go home. But I posted that picture of Jock with his Galashiels bow tie. They have here in Galashiels, they have celebrations each year, and they have a specific tartan for Galashiels, which is called the Shepherd Tartan, which is the black and white. Hence the reason why I posted that picture of Jock with his bow tie on, saying, if I put on my Gala bow tie, will they let me in the Legion? Well, the answer is no. It doesn't matter what you do. You're not allowed in, I'm afraid, Jock. So
but if you're gonna stay and have a few drinks, you're not gonna be long. What the heck's the matter? Well, they're probably thinking maybe the dog might bite somebody or something. I don't know too. I don't know.
No, it's. I mean, they allow.
The bar next
obviously
to me, people that bring the bar next to me.
Yeah,
Berserkers. People have dogs there once in a while. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, most of the other bars.
They bring them out in the back to let them go, and then they go back in. So.
Yeah. No, most places don't have a problem with the Legion. It's a case of it has to be a like a guide dog or something like that.
Oh, that way, yeah.
And I said to the barman, I said, well, I'll tell you, once I've had a few to drink, I need Jock to show me the way home. Does that not count?
Yeah.
No, it didn't count.
Oh. Yeah, you got a designated. In a way, you got a designated driver.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
only on 4 legs instead of 2.
Yeah, the good. I mean, it sounds like very handy for you that you've got a bar just next door, as it were, and we're the same. It's not very far into town to get a drink, and we've got a couple of huge 24-hour. 7 days a week convenience stores that we've got that are absolutely massive. So we can go anytime and get stuff.
Linda joined in late. She was asking me how camping is. I said, yeah, it's great, Linda. It was awesome. We do it once a year, and it's pretty good to get away for 3 days. Dogs really messed us. Oh, there's a dog right there. Yeah, dogs really messed us.
Yeah, he's here. I got him a bone today, and he's already gone out into the garden, and he was digging as if he was going to bury it.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny when the dogs bury the bone? If they dig it back up, they ain't going to be all dirty.
I know. But the best of it is that it's we've got stone chips, and it's only like a 50 millimeter stone chips, and under that is the membrane. Well, he'll not be able to get through the membrane, so there's no point in him digging up the stone chips. But it doesn't stop him from wanting to do it.
Yeah.
I think it's just natural with these hounds. That's it's just what they like to do. Anyway, so as I say, many congratulations on your 29th birthday. And,
thanks. Yeah, I'll be 30 next year.
Exactly, and I hope you enjoyed having plenty of family around for that at the Mexican restaurant, and also
I was really busy.
Like
at work, we got like a picture or two up there. And 1 week, I celebrated. They had my birthday up there. And then it lasted for a week, and then a week later, I had my anniversary at work, 6 years, and then that went across. So I was up there for 2 or 3 weeks up there. It was kind of nice.
Yeah. Kin mentions about the not allowing dogs in. I don't know why the Legion doesn't allow the dogs in. As I say, the other pubs in Gala do, but
Yeah.
I would imagine.
I suppose they got their reason. You know.
Yeah, whether it's health and safety or whether it's just the fact that that dare I say it, you've got the people that frequent the British Legion are more elderly. There's not many young people go to the British Legion, and therefore a lot of them will probably have dogs. You couldn't have a situation where everybody brought their dog in. It would be supposed to be full of dogs, so they've just decided, that they're not allowed, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. But some places do have them, and
Oh, hold on a sec. Linda's not being very nice.
Yeah, I see that.
She's suggesting that you're 63. I think that's most uncalled for, Linda.
She's got that backwards. I'm 36, really.
Yeah, exactly. We know.
Yeah.
We know. Linda's just trying to wind us up.
Yeah.
So anyway, obviously, I've already asked you this, and you've given us your opinion of the decision in Steve's case.
Yeah,
I
sorry,
mean,
I left a vulgar thing a little bit, but I wasn't.
not at all. I was hoping you could repeat what you said to me in that message. And you are allowed to use whatever profanities you wish to use.
My wife got a kick out of that when I said that to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, with the state versus Avery and my boy, and the state and all those other guys, they're still hooked on. Don't let these guys out. I said Elvis can come back from the grave and vault for these guys, and they would still say no. But I was just kidding around. But you got to work around it. Sure, it angers me, but yeah, the state here is really screwed up. FUCKED, really bad. And when they get an idea that just plain blank, the state and Manitowoc County does not like Steve Avery, so that's why they're not going to budge. So if Elvis did come there and shake their hands, they're not going to change their mind. It's one of those things.
Sure. I mean, it goes without saying. I'm sure that when they wrongfully convicted Steve back in '85, hard though that was for Steve and for his mum and dad. I think the hardest, without doubt, the hardest it hit was for Paul Laurie. It would have really hit her hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she never really talks about that period of time very much, does she?
No.
But it was.
Yes, Matt, you got my age right. Everybody, I am 63, so I'm not 35. Yeah. Unless I put my unknown comic mask on, then you can't tell how old I am at all.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter how old you are in physical number of years. It's how young you feel inside, isn't it?
Yeah, and some days I get carried away with that, and some days I pull something. It's like, oh, I'm not 35 anymore. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you're looking great. You're absolutely looking.
Oh
great.
Yeah, thanks. You really look awesome yourself too.
Well, I've lost a bit of weight, about 3 stone since Jock arrived. So doing lots of walking. You're asking me about a typical walk, and typically I would do. I've got this pedometer. It's an app for the phone. It tells you how many steps you've done in a day. So my average would be about 15,000. The most I ever did in a day was 36,000 steps, which was like. I did 14 miles that day.
Oh, okay. Well, you're pretty close to me. I got one of these. I got one of these on. And,
smartwatches, yeah.
Yeah. No, this is a Fitbit.
Yeah.
And I usually come up with 15,000, 16,000 after each work. Each day it's
Yeah.
2. So I put on quite a bit.
Yeah. That's great.
And it sucks when it's really hot and muggy, when we get 90, 95 and humidity's up there. It's like, oh, my pants don't even want to, you know.
Yeah.
We can wear shorts by me, but they got to be the long shorts. But I got so many varicose veins right now. I don't. If I was younger, when I was the younger moose, I I had fantastic everything. So when you hit a certain age, then you lose everything. You know.
Was that when you hit 35? Was it?
Yeah, when I hit 35,
you're now 36. Yeah.
Yeah, then everything goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I say, I cannot begin to imagine what it must have been like for poor Laurie when they arrested Steve and took him away.
Yeah,
And she wrote that letter to the judge Hazelwood, saying, this is just ridiculous what you've done. Help, please help. And what did the judge do? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
They were. I got the sense they were quite happy to convict Steve back in '85 for some reason, and we get some idea as to the feeling towards Steve because of running Sandy Morris off the road, and he was in with certain people that was getting the attention of the sheriff's department, but for them to just put this on Steve. Bad enough the sheriff's department. I mean, what about the district attorney, this Dennis Vogel? Knew perfectly well that it was Gregory Allen, and yet still, they decide to go after Steve. It's really cool.
They had it in for him then already.
Yeah. So
you could tell he was marked right then and there already.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to ask you about was, between Steve, I think, was released, was it September of 2003?
Yeah.
And we see, obviously, the footage of him leaving the prison with, is it Rachel in one hand and Barb in the other hand?
No, it was actually Barb in one hand and Jennifer in the other.
Jennifer,
yeah, Jennifer, yeah. She's my, well, I'm not gonna say, is she youngest one? No, I don't think. I don't know. I'll have to. But no, it was Barb and Jen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I get the impression that as a little aside, that Jennifer has always been there, sort of supporting Steve. We see.
Yeah.
Her and and the granddaughter, is it Amelia? Jennifer's daughter.
Yeah. Oh, Jennifer's daughter.
Yeah.
No, Emily.
That's right. Yeah, we see her in Make a Murder, the little baby.
Yeah. We had me confused there a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask you a bit about what was, well, between 2003, September 03, and obviously November of 2005. Did you ever get the chance to meet Steve?
You mean as far as what is?
Well, just in have contact with him. Meet with him, talk to him.
You mean after the
once he was released?
Oh, from the beach incident.
Well, yeah. So basically, from September 03, we see him being released, and then obviously, just over 2 years later, he's being arrested in November 05. And I just wondered if you ever had a chance to speak with him.
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with him, and I told him what I thought. That it was bogus, that you got in trouble for that, and it wasn't even you.
Yeah.
We were telling him there was like 6 or 8 of us out at the junkyard at the time, sticking up for him because he left 10 minutes after the cop got there, and he says, hey, it takes more than 10 minutes to get from Michigan to Two Rivers. Yeah. And then plus it takes more to get from Two Rivers to the beach where he did the thing. So, Yeah. So, but the cop didn't like that. He called us, like I said, he called us all liars, and I
Yeah,
just left it go in one ear and out the other. I mean,
yeah,
that's the way it was. But yeah, I told him I was pulling for him, and that it was the wrong thing to do. You know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, uh, and, and please don't take this the wrong way. I'm trying to get a an idea of what Steve and Avery was like as a person between September '03 and '05. Would you say there ever came a point where he got a bit blasé about the fact I'm going to be very rich very soon?
He boasted a lot about a lot of things. He was a really good friend to get along with, but
Yeah.
he had his moments. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
does. Um, I would say, yeah, he did talk a lot about money and stuff, and how he didn't like Manitowoc County police and that, and
Mm-hmm.
and I understand where he was coming from. Me, I probably personally wouldn't have did it, but he knew that the Manitowoc police were we're out to get him and stuff like that. So that's why he was thinking big. So I understand from his, if I was in his shoes, I understand what he did, and I didn't blame him for what he did because I'd probably be the same way. Manitowoc trying to get me, I never did anything wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose in a way, we have this great confession by I think it's Steve Glynn or Walt Kelly
Okay.
at the end of episode one, series one, where they say, we told Steve and Avery, be aware of the fact that there are people who are going to say things about you and to you that you've never heard before, which are completely bogus. They said, but the one thing we never warned him of is that be careful because you could be arrested for murder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, and I just wonder. He seems to have, from what I can understand, there were certain people that were very keen to be his friend because of the financial gain that he was due to receive. But also, am I right in saying that of all your kids, Brendan was particularly fond of Steve, and Steve was particularly fond of Brendan?
Oh yeah, they got along, and I never thought anything of it. Yeah, they were like two peas in a pod, and
Mhm.
hey, I look at it this way. It's not often you find friends, that with the
Yeah.
same characteristics, and it never really bothered me because
No.
at one point too, my Steve was really a good friend of mine too, and
Yeah.
I never had no problems. I mean, sure, you get your moods and stuff. We had little fights here and there, but disagreements. But life moves on.
Yeah, but I mean, he's 5'6" or 5'5", and you must be nearly 6 foot, so you could easily put him in his place when you needed to.
yeah, yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I get the
Yeah,
moose on me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
Steve would ever argue with the moose.
Or either that, or else I could go away and hide behind my mask and run away.
Ah.
So yeah, this way you can't tell how old I am. How old am
Exactly. Oh,
I?
well,
Yeah,
I know exactly because you told me that you're
yeah.
36.
But I mean, if you wouldn't see my face, how old would you think? So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. No, I
yeah.
get compliments from work. I tell people my age, oh wow, Chris, the way you move, you walk pretty fast. I get a kick out of that. We got some summer help, and they're like 14, 15 years old. I'm walking with my mop bucket. It's like I'm looking around. These guys are way back there, and I'm going, well,
Yeah.
how come you're not walking fast? They got their real slow walk. It was really funny. It just totally blew me
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, I know for a fact that you're a pretty good mechanic. You do a lot of work on your car.
Oh yeah. Hey, I started working on cars since I was 14.
Yeah,
I
and
had a
and, and,
buddy
and that
named
that
I had a buddy named Rick, and he even showed me. He even told me what the gap of years ago, when the cars had distributor caps. Yeah, underneath
Yes.
the cap, you had a set of points. He
Yes.
says, if you set the points to a matchbook a matchbook box cover,
Yeah.
and they got to be about 18,000s. And one time
Yes.
I replaced them. I didn't know enough. He said, if you put a matchbook between their cover and set them to the matchbook, that car will start. I'm going, really? I tried it, and sure as shit, it just
Yeah.
they had to be around 18,000s or something like that.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I learned a lot. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
One time with him, my engine went to hell, so we used this tree and pulled it out,
Hmm.
hoisted it out with the tree. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I put my
Wow.
own transmissions in already, so yeah, I did a lot of work. It was, but of course, those are older cars too. So
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I trained to be a mechanic. I'm a fully qualified mechanic, but I'm not time served because I didn't stay at it long enough. But I am fully qualified,
oh, okay.
and I remember doing all that sort of stuff, whereby you would use your feeler gauge to get the
Yeah,
right
yeah,
gap
yeah,
for your
yeah,
spark plugs and the
yeah,
right
yeah,
gap for
yeah,
your
yeah,
points. You know,
yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I didn't have that handy, so if you want to get home, just use a set, because he said it was
yeah,
close to 18,000s, but I forgot what a set of whatever they're supposed to be. But yeah, I
yeah,
learned from there, and once I had a head gasket go, so I had to take
yeah,
my I had to take that all apart and replace the head gasket. So yeah, I pretty much ripped about a half of engine apart. So
yeah. I remember once it was late. It was after the garage had closed. It was 5 o'clock, and the boss came to me and said, "Look, there's a guy just pulled in, and it's he needs a timing belt changed." And I think
oh
the book,
yeah, yeah,
the book time for this job was an hour and a half, and the boss and the guy that whose engine whose car it was delighted because I managed to do the timing belt in like 45 minutes.
oh.
You
I
know,
did one of those on my '70 Buick,
yeah,
and I got it right. But the thing
yeah,
is, I was just learning, well, when you get an engine from the factory, a Buick, I had a Buick 350, and most of the top gears are metal, but then they got a plastic top. Well, my plastic
wow,
top wore off. Yeah, and so then I got two metal gears. I put them back in, and then I learned that you got to have your number one piston up.
yeah,
When you and but I had the gears on wrong. I had the two holes. I had one hole. I had one hole up here and one hole up here, and you're
yeah,
supposed to put the holes together,
yeah.
and I did it, and it was out 180 degrees. So when I tried to start it, it went
It wouldn't.
pow. Yeah, it went pow. So he says you got to put them two holes back together, and then put it on number one, and then bang, it
Yeah,
went. Yeah.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
got it. Yeah, yeah, metal timing chain. Yeah.
yeah.
Now today they got what, rubber or a
The,
belt?
certainly the Audi that I had a metal chain. I don't know
Oh,
about at the moment I've got a Mercedes estate and a Land Rover Freelander, and they're 2.2 liter diesel engines,
sure.
and I think I think they're timing belts, but they're just four cylinders. The real problems when you get into the V8s and you've got like four carburetors for the V8, and they've
Yeah,
all got to
yeah,
be spot on,
yeah.
haven't they?
Oh,
Otherwise
yeah,
it
yeah,
misfires everywhere.
yeah, yeah. And then I had parts where I had, you got the old carburetor, you got sand caught in the carburetor, and you got to
Ah,
take it apart, and it's not running. And yeah, what's his name on the chat here? What is that kid?
Ken,
KYN.
yep,
He
Ken,
says
yep,
my thing is mechanic's phone number. It's in my wallet or something like that. He said
yeah,
that's how he fixes his car.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm happy to announce I have to have three surgeries coming up. I'm going to have one done at the end of the month.
All right, well,
Yeah, I got a
good luck for that.
I got a cataract in my eye. So if I look at it, my left eye, I can't see. I can just see images, and yeah, I'm going to get my peeper fixed, so then I'll have both peepers
Excellent.
working again. Yeah,
Oh,
both
yeah.
peepers will be working. Yeah, yeah,
Wish you the best of luck with that one. Then
yeah. I know. Yeah, he said out of 100%. he guarantees me 98% that I'll have most of my sight back.
Wow, that's good.
What do you think of that?
Excellent.
I'm nervous and excited because I'm sick and tired of trying to view a thing out of viewing things out of one eye.
Yeah.
I had this ever since 2010. It just kind of got worse and worse and worse.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting back to obviously
okay.
the decision.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that struck me was the fact that at least we had, I think it was like a 47-page decision, which was a far longer piece of a document than, for example, than they gave Brendan back in, I think it was 2010, 2011. I might be wrong on that story, but I'm sure that one of the big problems that Steve Drizzen and Laura Nyrider have encountered in the past was that the Court of Appeals, in particular, I think their decision was like very, very short. It was very, very poor. There was like a couple of paragraphs. They mentioned the fact that he was. They recognised that Brendan was only 16 and didn't really understand what was going on. But it was such a poorly written document that this has actually hindered Steve and Laura rather than the state, that it was such a poorly written decision from the Court of Appeal. So at least we've now got this 47-page document that we can sort of look at and analyse. And certainly I'm looking forward to doing one or two videos just to have a look at some of the things that were said in that decision. Obviously, well, I would say obviously, but I'd like your opinion on this. Is there a sense that Brendan's case, Brendan's situation could have been improved greatly had Steve been granted a retrial? That there was hope not just for Steve, that the Court of Appeals would come up with a good decision, but also from Brendan's point of view, that there would be this sort of knock-on effect in his case.
Yeah, I would think so, because if Steve would get a retrial, I think Brendan would be. I think Brendan should get one too, or it should involve in. It should involve Brendan too. I agree with you on that. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing's bogus anyways, but the only thing that pisses me off is about the state and Manitowoc County. You bring something new. Oh, no, we don't want to see it right away. I mean, let them guys talk and get it out. At least go over it and think about it instead of saying no right away. That's what gets me mad. Everybody at work says, "Oh, are you pumped up?" I said, "No, because I'm tired of getting my hopes up and then knocked down again." So I didn't get my hopes up in the first place because of what they said now. I was kind of expecting it, because why are they going to change now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which brings me on to another thing I wanted to ask you. So sorry to keep going on about this period of.
No problem. That's what I'm.
September 03 to November 05.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. If I can remember it, I'll let you know. But I don't really want to remember it. But if I have to, I will.
Okay. No. It was just from Steve's point of view. From the public opinion of Steve and Avery in that period. I mean, what were they? What was their thoughts about Stephen when it was discovered that he was wrongly convicted? Was it a sense of that's a great shame, or was it a case of he's lucky, he's just got out on a technicality? I mean, what was the sort of vibe, if you like, among people looking at Steve and Avery?
Being wrongly convicted the first time, and then back in the second time. I was flabbergasted that I was happy for him that they got the real person on the first thing, and then the second thing comes up. I'm going, No, why would he even want to do that? I mean,
Yeah,
he's got a good thing right now.
yeah,
Why would he do that and then right away go to the bad? And I says
yeah.
that's not him at all.
No,
I
yeah,
was really not. That was definitely a setup. I knew
yeah,
that along the way. As soon as they said that they had to leave the property, and
yeah.
Manitowoc was in there, they could do anything they wanted to.
I suppose I would characterize it like this. And did you get the sense, particularly when it transpired that through Steve Glynn and Walt Kelly, that Stephen Avery was pursuing this 36 million? Was there any ever a sense of, well, that yes, he was wrongfully convicted, but that's an awful lot of money that he's going for.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot, but I mean, hey, if Um, I don't know. I wasn't in that, never in that situation, so
Yeah.
I can't really say. But maybe it was a little bit too much. But I don't know. He's got a right to go for whatever he wants.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I suppose in fairness, we talk about Steve and Brendan, but really, when it comes to these sort of things, it's the lawyers that decide, isn't it? It's the
Yeah.
lawyers
Yeah.
acting on their behalf.
Yeah.
They went for this 36 million, and then another thing I'm always been curious about. He then settled for 400,000. Was that considered at the time a little bit of a sort of underachieving?
I don't know. Maybe you realized, hey, if I go for less, maybe the situation will go through faster. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. I
Yeah, I appreciate that's a it's a difficult question to answer. It's just
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
speculation.
yeah.
I'm
I'm trying. I'm trying.
yeah. I mean, I'm sort of 4,000 miles away, and I'm trying to look at the situation and look at what was happening in the past. And,
Yeah,
for me, I'm just wondering if there were one or two people in Manitowoc that okay, he's got an eight, but he's got an eight on a technicality. Whoa, he's taking the county for that much money. That's ridiculous. I mean, I would go so far as to say that there might be people out there who, if they were offered 36 million and all you've got to do is stay in prison for 18 years, they'd go, yeah, I could do that. If they're
yeah,
22 or 25, yeah, I'll do 18 years. If after 18 years I'm coming out to be a multi-millionaire, so I'm just trying to get, and I might be completely wrong on this. I'm trying to get an idea as to you know, how people are towards Stephen Avery, how they were when he was exonerated, because we hear that he was a bit of a sort of a folk hero. He was constantly on the TV being interviewed and appearing at various functions, and then all of a sudden he gets arrested, and he loses absolutely his presumption of innocence. Even Mark Gundrum, the guy that was going to, from the state, that was going to give him $450,000, we hear him say that we had him here, and we thought he was a nice person, and it turns out that he's a monster. And Steve's only been charged,
yeah,
and this who is now one of the Court of Appeals judges who didn't take part in this decision on Wednesday. But for him to come out and say that little did we know that he was this monster, I thought, wow,
if you get
what a
my
transformation.
yeah if you get my opinion, I mean I've known the guy ever since I think we even gone to grade school together,
Yeah,
and this is when I was 8 years old. Or I
yeah,
mean, I wouldn't even go as far as saying that a monster. I mean, yeah, that's really pushing it there. I mean, going from one thing and getting corrected, and then this. All I look at it is the way I view it is when Ken Kratz went all over the thing, and blew it all out of proportion.
yeah,
I think what Ken Kratz did. This is my own thing. I think he really overdid himself to make himself a superhero.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the superhero, I don't know, burned and crashed because, even with my son too, I'm going, what the heck's going on with my son now?
Yeah.
There's no way. Even both of them, I mean, half the stuff doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. A lot of loose ends. It's the twilight zone, and until one day somebody's going to come forward, and hopefully this mess will be. But no, a monster. No, no way.
Yeah. And talking about monsters, I'm just reading some of the chat and Linda's put about the fact that the troll alert. Well, Linda, I am absolutely convinced that there is no troll on this planet that would want to mess with you. So I am absolutely delighted that we've got Linda to take care of any trolls that might appear. Pete, I'm going to let you go because it's been 45 minutes, just gone like that. Isn't that amazing?
It seems like you just
exactly
like you just popped on here, man. Yeah.
I mean, to me, Pete, I can't wait for the next time we meet up in person and we go to that bar in Two Rivers next to your house and we have a few beers and we have a chat about all sorts of things, including ornithology.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and if you need a place to stay, hey, I'm right next door.
Yeah, but do you know the best bit about when you and me get together and have a few beers?
Yeah.
Brendan will be out and we'll get him to pay for the drinks.
Okay, yeah, I never thought of that. Okay.
Yeah. And Steve can come along as well and have a few beers with us, Yeah. And we'll toast that corrupt sheriff's department that's about to be bankrupt through the efforts of Kathleen Zellner, Steve Drisen, and Laura Nyrider. Anyway, I think we have to.
Okay, well,
I think we have to.
Cheerio.
Yeah, but just stay positive. Stay positive.
Because when I heard that day when I heard the state denied it, it brought me down. But I'm thinking, wow. Yeah, that's the state in Manitowoc County. It's got to change. It's got to change somewhere.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, thanks for the talk. Hey, love everybody that's on the chat there. Yeah, we almost had 30 people here.
According to this screen, it says 30, and we've had plenty of people in the chat. And many thanks to obviously Mary, Kin, Linda, Stuart, and I noticed also we've got. Sam William SWH 582 in there. Jamie, nice to see Jamie there, and we've got a
Stuart Hudson, or how you
Mars, Dark Side of the Moon, and I think also if we go to the top, I think we've had Mars,
Robin
Jamie, Bean Green, and Paul Ward, Linda. Let's just give a shout out to some of these Mars,
Crockett
Linda.
Thompson.
Yeah. Crockett.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. Do you know where he's from?
No.
He's from Australia.
Really? I wonder if I wonder if he lives next to Mark there.
Well, I mean, it's
Becky,
that's
just on. Yeah.
Ah, right. She's just come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think she's recovering from that trip all the way to Wisconsin and back. I think.
Yeah, I think she still has air qualities from Wisconsin. She brought back with it. Yeah.
And Dark Side, and I think I saw Mystic Jinx
So Crockett, how far does he live from Mark, I wonder?
I've no idea.
Okay.
And I noticed we've even got Fen from 80 More Things. So, it's great. Becca.
Becca. Yeah. You guys next week for sure.
Yeah. We'll have another chat next week. And,
love everybody. I'm following the thing. That's it.